Have a great day, everyone. Welcome once again to the Instructor's Compass. Our topic for this moment is Introduction to Human Anatomy and Physiology. One of the most important fields in biology is human anatomy and physiology. How come these two are always together and there is uselessness when separated from each other? Well, that will be the focus of our Instructor's Compass for this topic. Again, our topic is Introduction to Human Anatomy and Physiology. By the way, this is your online instructor, Sir Noy Gonzaga Jr., a registered nurse, a licensed professional teacher, and an online vlogger, ready to share with you another piece of information and knowledge that you can use in your continuing lives. So what is human anatomy and physiology? Well, let us not make it too complicated. Anatomy is the study of the human body parts, while physiology is the study of the functions of those body parts. That's simple. Now, in answering the question, why anatomy and physiology cannot be separated? Well, logically, when you memorize the parts but you do not know the functions, that is useless education. On the contrary, if you know the functions but you cannot name the part, that is also pointless education. This is the main reason now why in studying human anatomy and physiology, traditional obsolete method of memorization only is already discouraged, as there is always a big difference between memorization and understanding. In the study of human anatomy, we will be dealing with the parts of the human body, and the most common way of doing so is to segregate the body parts by systems or by human body systems. So we can have at least a minimum of 10 systems as of the moment. However, some references have it already between 11 and 15 systems already. So what are the examples of these systems? You have integumentary system, which tackles the skin, skeletal system, which tackles the bones, muscular system, which tackles the muscles, nervous systems, which tackles the nerves, endocrine system, which tackles hormones, cardiovascular system, which tackles the heart and blood, lymphatic system, which tackles lymph and immunity, respiratory system, which tackles the lungs and breathing, digestive system, which tackles food intake and output, urinary system, which tackles internal liquidation and cleaning, and reproductive system, which tackles about sex, mating, and offspring production. Now, upon naming these systems, you will notice that we have already segregated the body organs by means of their alignment and functions. Now, proceeding to the study of human physiology, it is actually the study of body parts' functions. Now, if we will take each part as itemized identification, we will not see the logic of its functions. However, if we will group these body parts as systems as mentioned above, their functions, or this will function, according to the systems where they belong. Now, these organs will be identified together because they have the same function in that system. So, it will not be attached and complementary to each other if it will not be in the same system which these organs will exist. That is the very reason why we will study physiology and anatomy by naming first the system so that it will be easy for us to know which system controls that organ, and the functions will just follow like that. This is now the greatest practical reason why anatomy and physiology should not be broken into individuality. Because by doing so, we might be learning something without logical relationship, and that will be a senseless educational journey for all who are studying biology. It is then the greatest aspiration of this instructor's compass that each person who will be studying the human anatomy and physiology or the human body parts and their functions will be doing so because they want to understand and comprehend the great creation of God, and not merely to memorize all the parts and functions of this human body that we all have and then aim for a better grade. In context, it is not learning that we are aiming for if we are always thinking about grades, but pride and selfishness. Grades is always nothing without understanding. The best anatomists and physiologists out there are those who can tell the story of the human body, and not those who can tell others in terms of bullets and word manufacturing. Remember, God made the human body with a great story during creation. Now it's time for us to retell that story to show the world that we have understood why God created human beings. Have a great journey in the oceans of anatomy and physiology, dear learners. Once again, this is Sir Noy Gonzaga, your humble online instructor. See you in the next outburst of simple learning in the instructor's compass. God bless everyone.